So ICE raids have finally made it to Aurora, Colorado. Apparently they were scheduled for like a week ahead of time, according to what I've seen, and they hit today or yesterday. And somehow these Trende Ragra illegal invaders, that the same people that held up the apartment buildings, you've seen video of it, I'm sure, where they were going door to door with assault rifles, and they'd basically taken over an apartment complex or two. Uh, that gang, this Venezuela prison, South American prison gang, uh, there were ICE raids scheduled today, and they didn't really nab anybody. Apparently, they were tipped off ahead of time, and the local news was already there when they arrived, which is convenient, like that the local news seems to know every location they're going to before they get there. And then shortly after that, you have the screaming, retarded harpy leftist, and of course the local ethnically loyal Hispanics there to support the mass invasion of our nation, screaming and reeing and yelling insults at the ICE agents. So I want to take a look at that, and we'll just make some commentary on it.
We've got U.S. Marshals, we've got FBI, we've got DEA, we've got ATF, we've got CBP, along with all my folks from ICE. Very, very grateful to have this level of cooperation, and this is something that is just going to continue. As long as there are bad guys in the streets, we're going to be out here arresting them and making sure we're keeping these communities safe.
So they got everybody. They got everybody. They got every alphabet agency out there to do this operation. Lord knows how much all this costs to do. I don't really care how much it costs to do because it needs to get done, obviously. But when you calculate how much this costs, how much manpower this is, taxpayer-funded resources go into actually organizing an operation like this, for it to all snag like 0 results, because somebody tipped off ahead of time that law enforcement was coming to actually arrest and deport violent criminals, it's frustrating.
Immigration raids targeting the worst of the worst in Colorado. Hundreds of federal agents working to take down Venezuelan gang members in Denver and Aurora, Colorado. Welcome to a brand new hour of America's Newsroom. I'm Dana Perino. Hello again, John.
Good to be with you again, Dana. I'm John Roberts here in Washington. A massive crackdown taking aim at more than 100 members of the violent gang Tren de Aragua. The raids focusing on apartment buildings where TDA was in control, terrorizing residents. It appears that the gang was expecting company. The targeted apartments were mostly empty, but officials say they will not let up and will keep working to make the community safe.
Bill Malosian was on the scene.
So the video that you see on the hold on. So the video that you see on the right of the screen was the gang itself raiding the apartment buildings and doing whatever the fuck their gang activity was that they were doing. I'm sure it wasn't great, and obviously the one on the left is the ICE agents raiding the building. Probably didn't need that explanation, but there you go, you get it.
Exclusively as the enforcement action was underway. He's live in Aurora today. Hi, Bill.
Hey, Dana, good morning to you. This was an enormous operation. We are talking.
Look at this motherfucker's head of hair. I wish I had a hair like that. Maybe I wouldn't be driving a semi for a living if I had a hair like that. I ain't bald. I just ain't got no hair like that.
Hundreds of federal agents across multiple federal agencies. Their goal, as you guys stated, was to target about 100 Tren de Aragua gang members here in the Aurora area. Unfortunately, that goal was derailed, possibly due to leaks to the media that this operation was coming. We were given exclusive access to tag along and witness all of it.
God bless y'all. Let's take these bad guys off the street. Send the Gitmo. Come home safe, every one of you.
You guys, we can roll you up.
Border Czar Tom Homan rallying the troops ahead of a massive federal operation in Aurora, Colorado Wednesday morning.
These boys are not playing, but then again, when you actually see what these invaders are running around with, these assault rifles, as the left likes to call them, you know, these tactical rifles that could blow your entire body to mist if they even graze you. You see why they'd be rolling in such heavy hardware.
Several hundred federal agents from ICE, HSI, DEA, FBI, ATF, and CBP, all targeting alleged members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua.
You know, it's been so long, I think, since the American people have actually got to witness the, how should I say it? Since they've got to witness the federal government actually working for their best interest. For a very long time, the American people have been on the back burner. And the red carpet's rolled out for illegals, foreign nations, everybody got in the line to eat before the American people did. So it's actually nice for a change in the last 2 weeks, thank God, see the federal government actually being used for what it's meant for, which is to protect and serve the American people.
Tom, you guys have hundreds of people out here. What's the goal today?
The goal today is send a message to TDA that we're going to eradicate them from this country. There's no safe harbor. There's no sanctuary for them folks.
What you're going to see shortly is actually people turning out.
Fox News joined as one.
People turning out to defend TDA. These rapists, these murderers, drug smugglers, people bringing in fentanyl into our country, killing hundreds of thousands of Americans. You're going to see the lunatics out on the street defending that behavior. If it was up to me, if I was the God Emperor of, you know, mankind or America or whatever, those people would be deported along with the people they support. But unfortunately, it's not up to me.
One team of agents arrived at the Aurora apartment complex that went viral last summer when TDA gang members were seen on security video with guns.
Watch your back, son. The door's not. Please open the door. Please open the door. Policia!
As the team went door to door, they found blood-stained walls, but no gang members. The entire complex was virtually empty. At a second Tren de Aragua link complex, ICE was met by activists who taunted them.
Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. Look at this nasty ass cunt. Nasty. Look at her. Cat lady. You know this woman smells like piss. Cat piss. That's what this woman smells like. Bitter, hateful. Never been a victim, or should I say, she's never had to suffer any consequences in life. No real consequences. Because people who have been rolled by life don't behave this way. They don't protect the worst amongst us. So this is somebody that's been insulated from what the world can actually do to you.
And others who used megaphones to coach those living inside. DEA agents used flashbangs inside while serving a warrant. That led to a handful of arrests, but no TDA gang members. A stop at another apartment complex netted no arrests.
It seems like they were tipped off. They knew this was coming.
Hell yeah, they were tipped off.
So yeah, I do get the impression that there were some intel leaks here, and I think that probably they did know we were coming, but we're still coming. And just because something leaks now and then it's not going to stop us.
I wonder, what's their ultimate thinking here? Are they buying time to actually get out of our nation on their own terms, or do they think that they could wait this out? Because we have about 2 years to ram through whatever we have to ram through to dismantle, to break the back of this global anti-human movement that seemed to seize the West and specifically America. So we have about 2 years where we could, before the next election cycle for Senate and Congress or whatever, where we could actually like make real change. But no matter what, Trump's going to be in there for 4 years, and he's got control of the executive branch, which controls the borders. And so, no matter no matter what, you what are you going to hide for 4 years? So I'm wondering if these people are self-deporting, if they're already gone, or if they're still in the area and they're just like trying to evade ICE, or if they tried to relocate to a what they consider a friendlier or less hot part of the country to try to wait things out.
This is the police. You have a warrant. Come out with your hands up.
Also on their radar, this previously deported Honduran illegal alien with pending local charges for strangulation, kidnapping, and possession of fentanyl.
Get the out of my neighborhood!
Look at these motherfuckers. Look at this. So these are obviously people of Hispanic descent. I'm assuming since they're there, they're probably legal. But this is the problem, is you have these legal Hispanics who are throwing a wrench in the program to get the illegals out. And there's no other way to describe it besides, these are ethnic supremacists. They want to change the ethnic makeup of a land, a home, a nation that they didn't build this. They're the beneficiaries of this. They might, be citizens now. They might be a multi-generational family now, but you are the beneficiary of what was built for you. And now you are going to be an activist to help try to usher in the complete alteration of this nation. Now, grant you the thing you want to change this basically to just another Hispanic dominated South American nation. And mind you, there are plenty of those, and you could move there if that's the kind of society you prefer, but you don't do that. You stay here. Because all the good gimme dats and the beautiful society that's been built. So take that for whatever you want.
While activists
Just snatch them the fuck up and get them the fuck out too. Like it's inconceivable to me that we tolerate this shit.
yelled outside, agents recovered this stolen rifle from inside the man's home.
Now, they say this stolen rifle from the man's home. And by no means am I some kind of gun expert, but to me, that looks like a professional, high dollar sniper rifle. That's not just like a fucking a little can shooter there. It's not your standard hunting rifle. I know that. That looks like a real, hold on, let's roll that back just a little bit. Look at this thing.
From inside the man's home.
Look at that thing. I mean, it's scoped out. To me, like I said, I'm no firearms expert by any means, but to me, that looks like a legit sniper rifle like you would see in a war zone.
And guys, officials told us they were planning to net triple-digit arrests as a result of this operation, possibly upwards of 200 people. ICE officials told me at the end of the day yesterday, they only had 30 arrests, only one of which was a confirmed Tren de Aragua gang member. It certainly felt like everybody knew this was coming, including the targets and the local media. We'll send it back to you.
And did the local media, did they get...
That shit's wild. They were expecting triple-digit arrests of actual dangerous gang members. And because of these lunatics that have infected our society, they were tipped off and allowed to flee the area just to go rape and terrorize somewhere else. I'd like to see, I mean, every little thing we do is monitored and surveilled. Um, these little devices right here are basically surveillance machines. Um, I'd like to I'd like to see that our intelligence agencies, for once, since they want to turn their eye on us and monitor us all the time, and every little thing we do, I'd like to see them use that power to find who tipped these motherfuckers off that ICE was coming, because there has to be some kind of criminal charge involved in that. I'm not a legal expert, but there has to be some kind of criminal charge in that. You can't, like, if for instance, let's boil it down to this. If you had a buddy that was wanted for a crime, bank robbery, murder, rape, whatever, you had a friend or family member that was wanted for that, and you had learned that, the cops had a warrant out for his arrest and were actually going to raid his home in the morning, and you tipped him off, and then it was later found out that you tipped him off, you'd be facing charges also. Um, that you can't do that. And so I'd like to see them actually turn the power of the government and focus on where are all these leaks coming from? Who's tipping these people off, and who in the agency itself let it out what they were going to do? Because obviously, for them to figure this out, somebody inside the agencies had to say something. I mean, every level of our federal government's infiltrated with people who want to see this place changed, fundamentally changed. And it's going to take a while to root all that out if we can ever get it all out. But it's a cancer that needs to be cut out of. So yeah, I'd like to see that.
Get ahead of the operation?
They were everywhere we were, sometimes ahead of us, it felt like, along with some of the local activists. This raid was initially supposed to happen last week, guys, but two media outlets wrote articles announcing it. It got leaked to them. They wrote articles announcing that ICE was coming to the Aurora area to conduct a huge operation. ICE canceled that raid, moved it to this week, and everywhere we went, the local media was there, followed quickly by those anti-ICE activists. It definitely felt like people knew it was coming, and ICE officials told us the same.
All right, Bill Malugin, thank you.
All right, so the rest is just the Fox talking head morons discussing, this whole scenario. So you tell me what you think. Do we need to spend some of our intelligence effort tracking down and arresting the people who are actually harboring and tipping off these invaders? Personally, I think we should, but you let me know down in the comments below if you feel the same, or if you think that, hey, you should be able to tip off rapists and invaders and murderers and drug runners, and let's go ahead and keep the fentanyl murder rate up. We can't let that down. We can't let that dip any by getting any of these people out of our fucking country. So sound off in the comments below. If you liked the video, consider giving me a like and a subscribe. If you didn't like the video, well, it's whatever. It's one of my first videos, so there is that. And with that, drive safe and don't flip your truck, I guess. Coming from a trucker, as you can see out the dash cam here, sitting at a Flying J pilot and just did a workout, about to head my ass in and take a shower. So, peace.